The current situation on China-India line of actual control could be described as stable but critical. Chinese and Indians may not really trust each other for various reasons. That does not mean that China-India will simply stop having an economic relationship. The current situation on China-India line of actual control could be described as stable but critical. And that is because the misperceptions about where is the actual line, the claims on territories are so complicated that they do not have any quick and easy solution. So the current discussion both on the border between the military corps commanders and also between the diplomats, both at the level of foreign ministers and special representatives, is focused simply to ensure disengagement and return to status quo as it was in April of 2020. Once that kind of disengagement has been achieved, both sides have learned lessons from what happened on 15th of June, and then they will take certain initiatives to ensure that such incidents do not happen again. And in the long run, I think this will also perhaps incentivize and encourage them to take some measures to resolve this long pending boundary confusion or boundary dispute. Given the fact that there is tensions on the border, there are increasingly questions being asked if India should open its economy for Chinese investments. Certain initiatives of more stricter regulation of that has already happened. But fundamentally, that does not mean that China-India will simply stop having an economic relationship. So Chinese will have a certain amount of financial loss because of this enormous anger in India, which has resulted in banning of these apps. But they are only part of the economic relationship. They are not whole of economic relationship that India and China share. And I think some of these will be resolved over a period of time. Lately, there has been this discussion in media about United States and China's continuing contestations, starting a new Cold War. No doubt, United States is pursuing this whole Indo-Pacific discourse and the quadrilateral security dialogue from a clear perspective of containing China's increasing influence. Chinese clearly and fully understand that motivation of United States. However, it is important to note that of the four nations, US, Australia, Japan, and India, which form this quadrilateral security dialogue, India is the only country not in alliance relationship with the United States. India, therefore, has also been making a very discordant noise or voice in this Quad, saying we must ensure it stays inclusive, we must ensure it does not get militarized, we must ensure China is made part of this quadrilateral discussions or Indo-Pacific discussions. Chinese and Indians may not really trust each other for various reasons, historical or bilateral, but definitely they understand each other. And if we understand each other better, you should understand that a large society and a civilizational society like India, as China is not going to change its policies simply on a particular incident happening on a particular part of border. India, just like China, is far too grounded in ensuring what we call strategic autonomy or independence of foreign policy. So nothing like a single event can decide that India will, move its policy in a different direction. So it's a large-size country like India, which has to make partnership with almost all major powers. And I think that is how Chinese need to understand India's growing relationship with the United States. United States will do things because it serves their national interests. So whatever you hear from United States, whatever you see them doing with India or without India is fundamentally driven by their own understanding of what is their national interest. And if India's friendship suits them, they will try to not just make it, but also project that friendship to the rest of the world, including to the Chinese in this case. So I think we should respect each other, we should understand each other, even if we have difficulty of not trusting each other. And once you understand each other, you will know that India's foreign policy is not going to be changed simply because of one incident happening on the border.